You're a soldier?
Yeah.
And what are you?
I'm a soldier.
So we have two soldiers today with tin hats. Yes, they are ready for the war on the virus, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, everybody, welcome to what day today? What are we making?
Hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns. Okay. Back to hot cross buns. Okay, so hot cross buns. I hope you all got the recipe. And we'll talk the recipe through as we go along, and we'll try and take our time so everybody can keep up with us. Okay, Patrick, you ready?
Yes.
So we've got to first weigh out flour. I always help Patrick with the flour, but Patrick's going to try and do most of this himself today, he said. So that's good. 500 grams, Patrick. So that's half of that bag. Okay, so you have to lift it up. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, what is that? 404.
So I hope everybody's getting 500 grams of flour. I'm sure some people have already got this ready, but we...
500.
We were a little
That's
late.
okay, that's
Sorry.
okay, that's
We were
okay.
a little late.
Don't worry about it, a little bit over. Okay, so you've got 500 grams of flour. Patrick, next. Mummy, can you pass a teaspoon over, please, for Patrick?
Yep.
Beatrice, calm.
This?
Wait a second.
This one?
Yes, thank you. Teaspoon for Patrick for his salt. So first of all, Patrick's going to open his yeast. He's going to make a well in the centre, and he's going to put his yeast in the well of flour in the centre. And you're going to make a well in yours, so let's get that. There we go, yeast.
Katie says you're a little quiet. Just talk louder.
I'm quiet. That's really surprising. Okay, I shall increase my volume. There we go. Or you could turn the volume up on your iPad.
Well, maybe.
Could be that, but I don't know. Let's try that. Okay, so next we're just going to pour a little bit of sugar in our bowl. How much sugar? 75 grams. Pour that in, Patrick.
35.
Yep, pour it in. Okay, so next we're going to put some butter. Hold on, we'll give you a little bit of butter. That's for Beatrice. That's it. This is yours. There's your butter. Put your butter in. So that was 50 grams of butter. So that's unsalted butter. Next is salt. No, it's not. Next is eggs, Patrick. Mummy's going to get you an egg, Beatrice. You can have
another egg? Or...
I'm going to... Okay, 1 second, Beatrice. Let Patrick do that first. A little bit more of a crack. That's it. Go on then. Okay, go on. And then put your finger. Put it over the bowl. Put your fingers in. Remember? And pull it apart.
Oh.
Now all we need to add is our water. And how much water? Because I can't remember on my recipe. I don't even know. Maybe Mummy can look because she's got the recipe right there. What we're going to do, rather than putting a whole 240 millilitres in, we're just going to put in some of it. We're going to put in 200 millilitres or 200 grams of water. I'm just going to pour that in, Patrick. You tell me when I get to 200.
It's 200.
Oh. That's it. I went a little bit stronger. So there's Patrick. He's going to start stirring that.
Does Beatrice
do you
need
want
an
some
egg?
No, she's going to get a little bit of this egg. You ready? Pour it in.
Do I have to stir it?
Now we also today in our recipe for our hot cross buns we need to put some spice in. And I try and leave putting spice into once we've got the dough into a ball rather than putting it in at the beginning. I'd rather get the dough mixed together. I haven't put the salt in yet. I always like to put the salt in a little bit later as we get the dough made. Let me give you a little hand in.
I was trying to
Get rid of the other one. Okay.
That's what it looks like so far.
It doesn't look.
Can't mix it with a spoon any longer. You can use your hand.
This is good. You got flour on your face.
We need to get that little bit mixed in. Let's get that mixed too much in. Okay, Patrick. So I'm going to show you in a second what this is looking like. I'm using my hand now because basically the spoon's not doing anything anymore because it's too tough and you need to get that flour incorporated. Your dough into a ball. who are going to put it on the table. Right, Patrick, right now. Yeah, that bit, you want that as well. Don't lose any of that. Okay, so now we have to knead our dough. We have our dough, so we're going to do some kneading. So I'm going to show you, and then Patrick's going to do it because he wants to do all the kneading, but I'm just going to demonstrate for everybody who's watching how to knead. And we've done this a couple of times this week. So, I have everybody ready. So, kneading is a stretch and a roll. Stretch and a roll.
Patrick.
Stretch and a roll.
Patrick.
Stretch and a roll. Now, Patrick's going to demonstrate how he does it. What are we going to put in it? Our salt.
Oh, you
So we
put
wrap
it in
our
now.
salt. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, that's so
Patrick's
weird.
going to put that in. Beatrice. Okay,
Oh,
slow down.
jeez.
Calm down. Sit down, sweets. Sit down. You only need a little bit because you've only got a little piece of dough. A little bit. That's it. Sit in. Put it in. Good. And a slap.
Not too.
You can do that. That's good. Slamming down is good.
Okay.
Kneading process going for about 5-10 minutes. Okay. Patrick's off you go.
Right.
How are you doing? Okay. Where's my plastic scraper gone? You've kneaded for about 5 or so minutes. Your dough should start to become smooth, like so. So, it's ours, Patrick. It's ours. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put a little flour on the table. Patrick is nicely and carefully with a teaspoon. Where did that teaspoon go? Is it over there? Oh, you've got it. Beatrice has got it. Patrick is going to carefully put 2 teaspoons. Does that fit in there? Oh no! Hold on, Beatrice. Oh, put that in there. Boom. So you want 2 teaspoons of mixed spice. I've just got to put some in Beatrice's.
You have to fold it.
Hold on, back. Boom. Okay. Doesn't matter if it's on the table because we're going to pick that up in a second.
Hold it up so people see. Well, and some of it came out, but
It doesn't matter. So you mix spice now. It won't taste nice, Patrick, because it's
I was
spice.
actually smelling it.
Oh, you were smelling it. So what mixed spice basically is a mixture
Why is it on the
of
bottom?
cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and cloves.
Ugh.
But it's all mixed together to make one.
It's the one I'm going to sneeze in a minute.
Smells nice though, doesn't it? Smells lovely. So once you've got your spice in, hopefully everybody's got some spice in, we want to try and incorporate our fruit in. But your dough needs to be relatively smooth before you start to put your fruit in because, wait a second please Patrick, because once we start to put the fruit in, it's going to get, in a minute I'll get you a knife, it's going to get stickier. So you're not going to need it for much longer once you've actually put the fruit in. So you want to make sure that your dough is fully kneaded. Spice is nicely in. It's going to put a little flour on the table, and you're going to need some flour because it's going to get a little sticky. You're going to push your dough out. Hold on, Beatrice, please. Now your raisins that have been soaking are full of water. If you haven't soaked them, I'm sorry about that, but next time please do. You need to squeeze the water out and then put it in. Make sure you get as much of the water out as you can because you don't want too much water in your bun because it will then get too sticky. It's going to get sticky whatever, but... Okay, that's our raisins.
That's a whole bunch.
And I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that in
There's a raisin right there.
to our dough.
My family.
And then I'm going to fold it again in. Now, hold on, just please. What are you trying to do? So you can pat it like that.
I actually.
As we knead it, the raisins are going to start to come through, and it's also going to get a little sticky. Okay, so I'm going to just demonstrate how to do
I
it.
just needed like one that I was actually.
So basically, what we were doing before is that stretch and roll. We're doing the same again. You'll find it's a little more difficult, but all of a sudden, the raisins are going to come through. This is where it gets a bit sticky.
How does that happen?
you just don't do
I
that.
don't want it.
because the raisins are a little bit wet, Patrick, so the moisture from the raisins is coming out into the dough, but it's fine because we're just going to knead them in, just so they're, it doesn't matter, so they're all mixed in like this, as you can see, and there's a point you don't want to do it too much because you don't want your raisins to start bleeding and just getting bits everywhere. Bleeding means they're all going to get bits. So long as our raisins are in like that, it's a sticky mess, but I'll show you how you finish it once it's a sticky mess.
Cut it in half.
So we're going to scrape it up like this.
And I'm going to put some more.
No, you don't need more.
We get a little bit of flour. That's enough. That's enough flour. That's enough. Hands away, please. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply roll over the dough to smooth it off, and there we go. Okay. You want to put it into the bowl. Any raisins that are left on the table, plop them in. Don't lose them. So she sits in the bowl like that, covered with a little bit of flour on top. And I'll probably have to get a bigger piece than that, Patrick. So once we've done our proofing time for 45 minutes, we'll come back and we'll divide our hot cross buns quickly into 12 pieces. And we'll roll them into balls and put them on a tray to proof again for about another half an hour. And then we'll put our crosses on and bake. Doing it. So we're back now, and hopefully you've all made your dough and it's sitting on the table somewhere resting. That's fine, just leave it resting. We're going to do something which is very important with hot cross buns, is something which we make the cross with. And it's called crossing paste. So Patrick, what do you think goes in crossing paste? What can you see in front of you? What do you think we need?
Some soy oil.
Oil. Yes, vegetable oil. Or sunflower oil.
And some flour.
That's it. So there's only those three. There's only those three ingredients, and it's pretty much the same amount of ingredients. It's 100 grams of flour.
1 million grams.
To 100 grams of liquid, which is 90 of water and 10 of... So what we have to do to make our crossing paste is very simple. First of all, Patrick is going to help weigh the ingredients. So Patrick, can you pour me in 100 grams of flour now? Take your time. Ready? Here we go. 100 grams of flour. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Oh, slow down. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do the water next, Patrick. Can you put the water in for me, please, Patrick? Now with the water, we need 90 grams, so I'll tell you when to stop. Slowly. Whoop. Slowly. Beatrice, can you stop that banging, please? There's a good girl. Oh, boy, that's perfect.
191 grams.
So that's perfect. Now we need 10 grams of oil. Once again, very, very slowly. 10 grams is not a lot at all, it's just a little bit.
100. 200. Yeah.
You're going to hold on, you ready? Here we go. You want to whisk this until it goes to a creamy paste. Okay, hold on. You got it? Gently.
Mommy's birthday!
So, inside you can see a nice creamy paste, which is our hot cross bun crossing paste.
No, Beatrice,
Can we all back off just a little bit? Thank you. It's just a little claustrophobic when you're all trying to get right up in there.
Beatrice, stop.
I'm just scraping that round because we get some flour stuck on the sides, and I'm just making sure we get all of it. Okay, we get all. Patrick, please. We get all of it mixed properly. Okay, our dough, our crossing paste, and we have now weighed up our...
Beatrice, does it taste good?
No.
oil, flour and
It's
water.
not going to taste like it much. Yep.
So that's
good.
our creamy consistency, okay? But it needs to be quite stiff, and that's, if you do those measurements exactly, it's about
Go
that
down,
stiff.
go down.
It's about that
There.
stiffness,
Yep.
because that's what we need to be able to pipe it.
No, find it. Where is it?
You've all got to look for it.
Beatrice, where's the dough? Not your dough. Where's the other dough?
I don't know where it went.
You have it.
Patrick.
I don't know where it
Patrick.
is. Where's the dough?
I don't know.
Go get it, Pat. Go get it.
Do you think he's got it?
Is it warm?
Okay, take your lid off. Lovely.
That does.
Ooh.
So
Look
that's
how big
that's
that
our
is.
dough.
I
Yes.
want to do it.
Now,
I'm going to do it.
can you get me a plastic scraper from over there? Or
This one?
Yeah. Hold on, Beatrice, please. Hold on. So our dough is now rested for about 45 minutes. Well, ours is going a little bit longer than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply take the dough out of the bowl. Are you ready?
Yeah.
There we go. What does that feel like?
Good.
Soft?
Soft.
Okay. So our dough is now rested, and now we need to divide it. So I'm going to divide the dough into 12 pieces.
Oh.
And the way I do that, without weighing it to try and be even, is I need both your hands out of the way, because I'm going to cut. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
I'm going to cut it in half. Okay. Then I'm going to cut it in half again. Wait a minute, please. Wait.
That's 4.
We got 4. So how many we got to make?
1, 2,
12.
3, 4, 5.
So now I'm going to cut it into.
Patrick, do some math.
How many is that? Hold on, Beatrice, please. How many
Count,
is that?
Beatrice.
Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now do it in French.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What?
10.
There's no nook.
Yes, there is.
Where?
So now we're going to cut it again, and we're going to get 16 pieces.
Whoa.
But you said 12. That's because I can't count. Beatrice, you've got to cut it in half. Can you cut it with your knife in half? That's yours. You play with that. So Patrick and I are going to play with these. So we roughly should have the same. But if you've got one that's a little bit small, then take a piece from another big piece. So now we need to make our hot cross buns to go round. How do you do that?
Daddy.
Ah, you give it back. Thank you. There we go. That's for you. They're yours. Okay, so you take your piece of dough and you place it in the centre of your hand, and you're going to roll it round like that.
Beatrice, look. Roll it. Put the dough in your hand.
Boom.
Oh.
What happened?
This is what happens when you do it with the kids. There's
Yeah.
another lump on the floor down there.
I've got 8, but mine are round and yours are still flat.
Look at those nice round balls. SNL skit.
That's it. You're getting it. Well, I need to get 8 of our balls, as Mummy so wonderfully put it, onto the tray.
I'm going to make
Okay.
a snowman.
What?
Okay, Patrick. Bring. You're not making. You just leave them on the tray. Okay. Okay. Yep, that's it. Now, when you put them on the tray, you want to try and get them so that they're all even to each other in lines. Like, hold on, Bean. Like so. Okay. Patrick's going to do his and
Okay,
Beatrice's.
so now what do we do?
So now we have to leave these to rest for around
500 million minutes. 500 million minutes.
That's quite a long while. Now, there's two ways that we can prove bread and rolls and hot cross buns. There is one where we just leave it over by a nice warm place, like by the window where the sun's shining, with a tea towel over it, on a radiator with a tea towel over it. Or there's another thing you can do. If your oven is a pretty good oven, you can put your oven on to the lowest temperature it's got, and you can put it in the oven for about 10 minutes just to warm the dough through. Or if you don't want to do that, you can put some hot water in a pan and put it in your oven and just let the steam heat prove your dough. So we can do two of those things. We're going to do the water in a pan, hot water, in the oven with our buns.
Put the hot water.
So basically, our tap water gets very, very hot. But you can boil a kettle if yours doesn't, and just put some boiling water into the oven. So you don't need to turn the oven on. But when I was saying about proving with the oven on my oven, if I just turn it on the lowest temperature is 0. If I just go where the light comes on, that means it's just on a very low heat. With this purpose, all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to do it with hot water. So there's a pan of hot steamy water. I'll put that in the oven. I'm going to turn the oven on, but don't leave the oven on. And I'm going to put the buns into the oven. Now after about 10 minutes, you may want to get another pan of water. Take your pan of water out and put some more hot water into it, and that will make it hot again so it keeps improving. So about 30 minutes in this oven and they should get big, okay?
Okay.
Taking our buns and they've proved up and they've just about doubled in bulk in the time we had. So we have our crossing paste that we made earlier, and you might want to give that a little knock back with your spoon just to bring it back, because it's been sat around for a little while, and it resembles like a very gluey glue. Okay. So I've turned my oven on, and hopefully you've turned yours on, and that's getting nice and warm, ready for our buns. So the trick is now is to put our cross on our buns. Now you can use, if you have a piping bag at home, something like this, then you can use something like that. If you don't, you can just use a plastic bag like that and fill it the same as a piping bag like that and use it like this, okay? So I shall demonstrate with both for you. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of this in. Patrick, can you just wait for Daddy, please? Put that back down, please. You're going to use the nice one. Daddy's going to show him with the plastic bag, okay? Yeah, so you're just going to wait, and I'm going to show you how to do it, because you've never done it before. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut a hole in our bag. We want to cut our hole about...
Put it down, yeah.
About 5 millimetres from the end. Okay, so you get a little bit of the squirt out like that, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to watch, and I'm going to do one, and then you're going to do it, okay? So you make sure you twist your bag so you keep it nice and tight, like so. And all the pressure for piping comes from the back. So you're going to take your piping bag and you're going to run it over to the other side. And then you're going to run it over to the other side. Up you go, Patrick. Keep all your pressure to the back. Okay, Beatrice. Don't push it down, keep it up. Beatrice, can you wait a minute? You just help
Sit
Beatrice,
down.
maybe? That one done there. Okay.
This is my turn.
Okay, we're going to do this together, Beatrice, me and you. Do you think you'll be able to do one on your own?
Because Daddy's going to show, you don't have to do a cross.
Now Beatrice is going to go and do whatever she feels like now, so we'll just leave it to it. Okay, Daddy's just going to do one, Patrick?
Because you can do...
I know, you can do that in a second. I'm just going to show everybody that you can also do a shape, so you can make a nice love heart for your loved one. There we go. On most of her buns, they've all got a little bit. Why have I got it stuck in there? Okay, so there are our buns. They've all got different designs. They're not quite crosses, but we have the odd crosses. Now we have to make our sugar water for when our buns come out. So basically we're going to put some sugar into our bowl, and I'm going to show you roughly how much as I do it. Okay. So.
Okay, that's good.
And then I'm just going to pour a little drop of boiling water onto it, not too much, and then slowly mix that sugar in. So it's like a thick syrup to start with.
Is there something else?
So you're dissolving the sugar, it's a bit like a thick syrup. I'm just going to pour in a little drop more water. It's a bit more watery, and that's sort of watery. Now, if you leave that for 5 minutes just to clear, the sugar will dissolve, won't it, Patrick?
Yes.
And then it will clear, and this is what we put on top of our buns to make them shine. So, our buns have just come out of the oven, they're hot, and this is the time when you put your sugar wash on when they're hot. And the sugar wash gives them a nice shine and makes a nice little sticky bun. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't like sticky buns, but I love sticky buns, so that's why I do it. Okay, so I'm going to do Beatrice's ones, which if you look are so beautiful. Look at these, they're lovely. Look at that one, is just such a beautiful design.
They're a little flat because she was pushing on them.
Yeah, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. Plus we hand kneaded and they're not done in a machine, which makes them a lot better, but it's fine. So you get some of your sugar water and you just get your paintbrush that you just painted the kitchen with, and you just wash them over and look at the shine straight away. That's that sugar water. And the sugar dissolves on the bun as well. See that? And there you go for mine. And Patrick, off you go. Take your time. That's it. Beautiful. Make sure you coat all your bun, all down the front. See all the dry bits. These all need to have sugar on. Beautiful. Make sure they're all washed properly. Okay, and this side. That's it. All the way round. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. And get some more. Okay, shake your brush a little bit. That's it, now put it on, off you go. Beautiful, Patrick. Absolutely beautiful. That's it, yeah, put a bit of flair into it. You have to pull that out.
My shine.
Beautiful, and this is Beatrice. Beautiful.
I like, there's a love heart, I like that one.
And Patrick's little love heart,
This one is my son.
which is for his mummy, I'm sure. Okay, take care and see you soon. Keep safe.
Say bye.
Bye guys. Thank you for watching.